All right, guys, I am actually really excited about chapter 16. We're looking at starting on page 456 in your textbook. This is going to be one of the coolest chapters. I'm super pumped about it because we get to see what's happening all around the world at the same time. Like, there's so many different revolutions that are happening all around the world during like the same time that it kind of connects different things and you can just see like what the world is doing. It's just really cool. Okay, so we're looking at page 456. So the first chunk of our chapter 16 lesson, we're looking at the revolution in America. So we have different legislators, different colonies, different things that are happening. You know, we have the Boston Tea Party, we have the Boston Massacre, we have all of this happening that kind of spurs on the revolution that's happening in America at the time. So we have the signing of the Declaration, but at the same time, there's this spreading of revolution that happens. So we have like the American Revolution happening first, and then we have this revolution that's happening all over the world. Like there's so many different countries and so many different continents that are just spurring up for freedom, for human dignity. And it's just such a cool thing to watch. So during the same American Revolution, right at the end of it, we have this revolution that's happening in Haiti. And the French, because the French actually founded and like kind of colonized Haiti, we have a revolt that happens both in Haiti and in France. So it's like all of this is happening all at one time, and they're trying to liberate people from slavery. They're trying to liberate people from the idea of being under leadership that is heavy and kind of in like a dictator sense. So as we look at the French Revolution that's happening in Haiti, we also have a revolution that's happening in the Central America as well, in Mexico. So we have an independence from Spain happening for Mexico and Central America. So it's like all of these colonized countries in the New World are freeing themselves from European rule, both in America, in Haiti, and in Central America and Mexico. So we have, you know, Great Britain, which is in control of the United States at the time. And then we have, you know, the French who are in control of Haiti. And then we have Spain, which is in control of Mexico and Central America. And all the colonies in the New World are trying to start this revolution to emancipate themselves from these countries that have colonized them. It's incredible to watch. So if you look at page, moving on to lesson 2. So we have the Americas, the Americas, the revolution that's happening in the Americas. And then we have the revolution that's happening in France. And, you know, the French Revolution is one of the most incredible revolutions that have happened in world history. At the beginning of the French Revolution, they were under a monarchy, which is a government that's ruled by a king or queen. And the ruler at the time was Louis I believe it was the 16th, sorry, Louis the 16th. And underneath his rule, he was such a heavy ruler and such a hurtful ruler, especially when it comes to the peasants and the middle class. They had to pay a lot of unfair taxes, a lot of like heavy ruling on them. So the middle class and the peasants started this uprising in France that just infiltrated the whole country. There's a really cool, I know that our sweet Molly will love this. There is a Molly in 6th grade would love this. She loves like big productions, and her family loves big productions, and especially like productions with, what do you call those? I'm having a brain fart, guys. Like Broadway and stuff. So there's actually a Broadway show that is based off of the French Revolution called Les Mis or Les Miserables. And it's a beautiful Broadway show. So Molly, go check that out. You would love it. So we have this French Revolution that's happening at the time. That's just taking over Europe and the different conquests that are happening there. And then we have finally in lesson 3 and 4, we have the Industrial Revolution. And I remember telling you guys in our intro video about how the Industrial Revolution just completely blew up the whole world in terms of like industry, domestic system, textiles, factory systems, even things like steamboating and different ways of transporting goods. It all was birthed out of the Industrial Revolution. And because of the Industrial Revolution, so many different things changed. We have things happening with like pollution and ecosystems and science needing to kind of take control of what's happening around the world because of the smoke-filled skies, because of the Industrial Revolution, and because of the industrial cities like London and France and the United States. Like there's all of these growing cities, and people were flooding to the urban areas in the big cities to find more jobs. So you see a lot of people leaving their farm life and their lives out on the farm and finding better paying jobs in the urban big cities. So you see families now starting to, instead of staying within one area or one town or in one farm and like just generationally working on those farms, now you have families that are being separated because of the Industrial Revolution and because of the jobs that were being available. You also see things like terrible working conditions. There was no law regulating who was allowed to work for what pay. So you have children who are working for pennies, just cheap labor to get the demand for the textiles and the different things that they were producing at the time. And then in lesson 4, we look at the second Industrial Revolution. Then you start seeing big corporations building and assembly lines for things like automobiles and telephones and the phonograph, and even cameras were being developed at this time. So during this time, labor unions and a lot of companies going on strikes were starting at this time. So it's a very interesting time in America. What I would like you guys to do is when you're reading through chapter 16, think about how the Industrial Revolution or any of the revolutions, whether it was the Americas, the revolution that was happening in the Americas, the revolution that was happening in France, the Industrial Revolution, whatever it was, think about how it affected you and how it has affected you even in, the 21st century. Because it's definitely affected us in the 21st century. Okay, guys, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to call or ask. Your checklist is on Portals. It's under the assignments tab. So if you need anything, just let me know. I'm here. I wanted to also let you guys know that next week we're going to start more like techie stuff. So I'm going to start doing things with PowerPoint, so different fun activities. I didn't want to do that these first 2 weeks because I wanted you guys to kind of get used to how this is working and not like freak you out with anything new. So next week we'll start adding more activities and more things to do besides just you watching my face on this video. So I love you guys. I miss you. I hope you're staying well. Stay in contact with me. Stay in contact with each other and stay in contact with the Lord. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.